You're listening to Productivity Monsters in the Morning. We are the energy vault your real estate business needs to get you up and out and excited and productive for the day. We go over trending topics and things that really matter in the market of the moment. Here are your hosts, Tiffany Hampton and Brooke Silva. Good morning, Tiffany.
Good morning, Brooke. How are you?
I am excited because it's business planning clinic season. That's like the weirdest thing to say too. It's such a great time of year for anyone who is in business, who's in sales, who supports business, because it really is the jumper cables on your battery for your business.
Where your life dreams come true.
It is. And, you and I love to start our days with affirmations. So let's start today off, all our friends who are listening, with a big affirmation.
Yep. So today's affirmation is you are allowed to think big.
Whew.
Big.
That's a big affirmation. So my affirmation is I'm going to sit here today and say, I am allowed to think big. I'm allowed to think big. So what does that actually mean, Tiffany?
So if there were no limitations in life, if there was nothing standing in your way, what do you dream your world to look like?
Wow.
Your family, your friends, you personally, your business. What impact do you desire to make in the world? What is your big why?
What's incredible about that is that it's called Business Planning Clinic. But if you don't do things with the big why, your path is sometimes, like today outside, a little soggy. There's puddles everywhere. You're jumping around because we're not powered by that big why. And I know sometimes when you come to our world and you're newer here, sometimes people are intimidated by trying to figure out what their big why is, or thinking that they have to make it so big or so close to other people's that it actually doesn't mean anything to them.
Well, here's the really cool thing about the big why, excuse me, is that it's not set in stone.
There's no chisel.
There's no chisel.
I'm not pulling this around and it's on every binder for the rest of my career.
No, because my big why 5 years ago compared to my big why now, it's a bit different. Same general concept, and yet different.
So now let's talk about what Business Planning Clinic really is. So that way, if you are on the fence, if you've been seeing the flyers, the emails, the Eventbrites rolling around, because almost every market center has it going across the United States. They're even international. There's business planning clinics everywhere right now. So what is the point of Business Planning Clinic?
Business planning clinic is when you sit down and you say, okay, this is what my life is going to look like next year. These are all the goals and all the accomplishments to hit that 5-year, 10-year, whatever that future goal is. And this year I have to take the following actions. And we're going to really bring it down to the micro and the macro, right? So the macro is $1 million in gross commissions for some of our mega teams. For some of our smaller, newer agents, it may be one transaction a month, right? So what is that goal? And the business clinic is how do we get you there?
So now you're a brand new agent in this world. You may not have maybe you're 30 days in, maybe you're 90 days in. Why should they take this?
You need a plan.
You need a plan. All right. You've been here a year or 2 years. You don't have a P&L. You don't have a true accountant yet. And maybe you don't even have separate checking or savings for your business. Should you still take this?
Yeah. You know why? You need a plan.
Okay. Last one. All right. Okay. You're maybe one more after this. You're a top team. You're killing it. You've got systems models. You think you're doing everything correct. Should you take it?
Yeah, you know why?
Oh, hold on. Because you need a plan.
Right? Well, and here's the
Okay,
other
one
part of
more.
it. One more. Let's do one more. Okay.
One more. You support a team. You are not someone who actively sells. You're an admin, you're marketing ops, maybe your operations ISA. Do you take this class?
Yeah, you know why? You need a plan. Right?
So
Well, and
today, you need a plan.
let me even add on to that. You know what's really great? And if you're not part of Keller Williams and you've gotten in front of this video, you know, the really amazing thing about Keller Williams is there's people that have gone before you. There are people that are going with you, and there are people that are cheering you on. So when you come to this business planning clinic, there's things that you're going to be thinking about, and other people are going to be encouraging you and saying, well, what if, and did you think about this? So it's collaboration in the plan you need.
I love that. So what I also just heard you say is this is just not for real estate. So while it may have been built for real estate agents, you're saying that our mortgage peeps are the people who support so many of our agents, from bookkeeping to stagers, inspectors. They could take this as well.
Absolutely. Yep. And for those that haven't seen the win of Keller Williams Realty, it's for them too. So those agents out there that may never even heard the word business planning clinic, it's for you too.
BPC. It's affectionately known, because you know we have our Kellerisms. It's affectionately known as BPC in our world. And, you know, we say business planning, and I know a lot of our KW friends get a little nervous if they feel like, man, I don't have a business plan. Do I have to have a business plan written down to walk into this class? Do they have to go to figure out what they spent the last 5 years? Do they have to have do they have to throw a budget together? What do they have to do before coming to this class?
Just have the desire to be better off 6 months from now, 3 months from now, a year from now than you were today. The plan will come in place.
So they show up. They don't need to have anything but maybe some pencils, pens, and a highlighter.
And an open mind. Absolutely.
That's a big one.
Yeah.
And our affirmation from today, which is,
you are allowed to think big.
We are allowed to. And it's funny because when I first came to KW and went through Ignite and went through all these classes, and everybody was like, you need a big why. And I was sitting here going, I'm here to do a job. Like, I could not, because I have corporate TSD, right? Like, I'm here to do a job, not be a dreamer, right? And it took a long time for me to take a deep breath, shoulders down. I'm allowed to have a life outside of work and dream big and form those big whys. Now, do our friends need a big why to come to class?
Nope.
I like that even more. So you're telling me you basically show up and you'll leave with a plan?
You'll show up and you'll be a different human than you were when you walked in the door.
That's incredible. That's incredible. And, you know, a lot of people probably think other roles in the company don't do business planning clinic, but we do, right? Because at the end of the day, we all, whether or not we're the owner of our business or not, we're still the owner of our role in our world.
Right.
So we all do business planning clinic as well. We all have GPSs, 411s. We all have these goal planning sessions, which I got to tell you, sometimes they're painful, but I always feel so much better at the end because the plan shows itself and I know what I have to do to hit goals, and they're broken down in a way that is so attainable and less scary. You know, yes, is there a mountain at the end? Absolutely. Am I running to it in one day? Absolutely not. And it's such a good feeling. So if anyone listening wants to attend one, what do they have to do?
Just reach out to one of us.
Yep.
And if you're with Keller Williams, talk to your leadership and say, hey, where's the closest business planning clinic? When are we having one? Right. And I feel like and we'll give our contact information in a minute. And yet, the bold law, the purpose of business is to fund the perfect life, right? A lot of us get a job because we're supposed to get a job. And yet, even if you have a job, the purpose of business is to fund the perfect life. So we need to change our mindset on how we look at it.
The other thing I love that any of the business planning clinics do is I'm very big on competing against myself. And it took a real long time to get there. For years, I would look left, I would look right, and I'd say, why am I not hitting the levels of achievement that the people around me are? And it took a lot of coaching to get to the point where I'm now not looking at other people in my role and world and comparing myself to them and competing with them. I'm competing with the person I was yesterday.
Yes.
Just get this smidgen better, learn something new, learn something that I can share and master with someone else, and just get a little bit better. And business planning clinic is probably the best place to start that, because how are you going to compete against yourself if you don't know what you did yesterday or the year before?
Right. And we'll walk through, we said you can walk into that room and with a blank slate. And yet, as you walk through that room, there will be questions that get asked on, well, how many transactions did you do last year? If you were in business last year, where did they come from? You will understand your business at a different level.
It's amazing. All right. So we've got our mindset and we've got our affirmation that they're allowed to think big. We've learned today that business planning clinic isn't scary. You don't have to have a PhD in real estate or a ginormous business to walk through those doors. Anyone, whether in real estate or not, who is business focused can walk through those doors.
100%.
And then their action item is, one, we want you to write down that affirmation today. We want you to stick it somewhere where you're going to see it all day. Put it on an alarm on your phone so that it comes up in 3 hours if you need to. But put that affirmation that you're allowed to think big. I'm allowed to think big somewhere where you're going to see it. And call us, email us, text us. We'll get you into the business planning clinic.
Yes.
We will get you in. We will find a spot for you. They're happening everywhere. And take this time to dig into yourself, to pour into yourself and your business so you can fund a big life powered by that big why.
The mission is to never have a regret. When we leave this planet, no regrets. We took action.
Yep. Take action. So if you're a KW, sign up for Business Planning Clinic. If you are not within KW or you're not a realtor, but you want to get a part of this, I'm going to give you my email and Tiffany will give you hers, but you can email me at salty@kw.com and just put Business Planning Clinic info in the subject line so I know what you need. And then in the email, tell us where you are so we can help connect you with local resources. Absolutely. And Tiffany, what's your email?
tiffanyhampton@kw.com. Not as salty as you are.
I know. We're making a different email too. So tomorrow, we're going to talk about some of the parts of Business Planning Clinic you're going to see. We're going to open up some of the pages and talk to you about some of the goal setting. So that way, before you walk in, you do feel a little more comfortable. And we'll have those affirmations for you, that mindset check-in in the morning. And I'm going to give you one productivity tech action item today. And that is whomever you reach out to this morning, whoever is one of the first people on your hit list, no matter how you log things, actually log it and put a note about the interaction with dates, but take it one step further and give yourself a task on when you're going to contact them again so that you stay top of mind.
100%.
One small thing.
I love it. All right. So I will see you tomorrow.
I will see you tomorrow. Have a great day. And friends at home, you have a fabulous day as well.
Bye, Brooke.
Bye, Div.